Dragon Ball Super episode 114. Obviously, I didn't do a video on episode 113. It was a fine episode. I like Kale and Caulifla fine, and they were cool, and there was cool action, and it was cool seeing Goku go Super Saiyan 3, even if it was just for a second. It looked really badass and was really intimidating. But no one got eliminated, and it was a bunch of cool fighting, but there really just wasn't much to say. It wasn't like the Jiren versus Hit episode. It was definitely better than that episode, I think. But yeah, the only thing to really talk about would be the next episode preview, so why not just talk about that episode the following week? And that's what I'm doing, episode 114. This episode, right out the gate, art-wise, like the supervision by Yuya Takahashi, aka Mini Shida, was absolutely outstanding. The art quality in this episode was stunning. It's like one of the best episodes of Dragon Ball Super from an art standpoint. Probably one of the best episodes of Dragon Ball from an art standpoint. It really, really looked nice. Like, and so old school too. It looked so much like the older designs with the indented cheek shading and the way the noses were drawn and the eyebrows. It was so old school Dragon Ball. It looked so good. Just absolutely fantastic art quality. It was insane. The only thing I didn't like was Kale in the beginning of the episode. That looked way too much like Broly. Like, I get that she looks like Broly in a general sense. I know that's the character she's a reference to, but her entire facial structure looked way too masculine, and that looked kind of weird. That looked too much like Broly himself. But after that first scene, she looks fine the rest of the episode. But yeah, everybody looks so good. There's a great shot of Krillin that I love, because I love seeing Krillin look like a badass. There's great shots of everybody. It's just, I can't speak enough about how good the art is in this episode. Like, I really hope that Yuya Takahashi, even if he's not part of the regular rotation of supervisors, I hope that he comes back to do another episode or a couple more episodes later on. He's such a good supervisor. Holy crap. It's just, the way he channeled old school Dragon Ball was insane. But I've been really busy talking about the art of the episode. How was the animation? Surprisingly, the animation is very good as well, considering the fact that Toei Animation Philippines are the top credited key animator. Just Toei Animation Philippines as a collective is the top credited key animator, which would normally not be a good sign, but with Nikaido and Yuichi Karasawa in there as animators, and Yuya Takahashi himself, I'm pretty sure, you know, there was a really nice all-star list of animators for this episode. It looks really, really good. There's definitely off moments, of course, you'd expect, but for the most part, it's a really, really damn good-looking episode of Super. Music-wise, everything was on point. You know, all the soundtracks were fitting and good and everything. Pacing-wise, it was also really solid. It was a nicely paced episode. Nothing too quick, nothing too slow. I'm not avoiding talking about the actual content of the episode, because there's really only one scene in this episode I truly don't like. And that's the scene where she almost goes berserk, and then Caulifla has to calm her down, and she holds her hand, and she talks to her, and this would be maybe okay, except on top of kind of feeling a little melodramatic, we also had this in episode 101. We already had this moment where she talks to her, and she controls the berserker form, but in here, she almost loses control, and they have to talk again. And now it feels a little more melodramatic. Though I will say, the moment where she like snaps back to being herself and her voice gets all high-pitched again, but she's still really buff, like that scene was really funny. Just the way her face goes from like really angry and it just snaps into like cute Kale, and like the voice is all happy and high-pitched. That was really funny. That was just like that little brief moment. So yeah, that was kind of a funny payoff to the scene, but yeah, so they're fighting Goku. Cool fighting, cool choreography, love the art, like I said, the action's good. Super Saiyan 2 Goku's not going to cut it, which I think makes sense. I mean, Super Saiyan 2 Goku could handle Caulifla by himself, but Kale is like, she's a whole nother level. We don't quite know how strong she is, because we don't know how much power Goku put into that Super Saiyan Blue Kamehameha that she tanked. Could have been 50, could have been 20%. You know, he's still been waiting to fight Jiren at that point, so he wouldn't use all his power on Kale. So we don't know how strong that Kamehameha was when she tanked it, but we do know that Kale is way stronger than Caulifla. I mean, that's established. So I think it makes a lot of sense that Kale is doing better than Caulifla in this fight against Super Saiyan 2 Goku. Then he goes God. And I love the design of God, but seriously, like, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I can't complain about this every time God shows up, but it shouldn't we shouldn't even be seeing this form anymore. Goku got the God Key. He was fighting Beerus in Super Saiyan using the power of Super Saiyan God. The red form is obsolete. It just should not exist anymore, but it's here, and this is where Goku starts being a total badass. Like, he is really dominating the fight. Like, after a brief conversation with Frieza, which was really funny, Frieza saying, just hurry up and lose already so I can fight. That was a great line. Like, Frieza and Goku interacting is always awesome, so that was a nice scene. But yeah, once he's Super Saiyan God, he's really dominating. Like, he throws out these energy balls, they blow them away, they blow away their attacks, I mean, and then he starts tracking them. Kale's able to throw hers away, which makes sense, but Caulifla gets hit, and she's almost down for the count. Like, that one blast really did a number on her, which, again, that makes sense. He is in God form. He should be able to do this without turning into the God form, but whatever. He's using his God keys in Super Saiyan Red, whatever. So, in terms of power scaling, except for not really having an accurate, like, estimation of where Kale falls on the power scale, that was all fine. I'm only bringing it up because people give so much of a shit about it. But yeah, it's a fun episode. It's entertaining, lots of cool action. Then the ending happens, and I don't hate the ending because it's interesting and she looks cool. So they fuse together and they become Kafla. I mean, I think it was like Kefla in the subtitles, but that doesn't, wouldn't it be Kafla? Whatever. Or Kefla, I don't know. But she looks cool. She looks cool, and she's going to be really, really powerful, which I think makes sense. I mean, Kale is extremely strong, able to stand up to some percentage of Super Saiyan Blue Goku, combined with someone like Caulifla, who has insane potential, and like Vado said, Potara fusion is more than the sum of their parts. It's multiplied even more than that. That was also said back when they made Vegito for the first time in the Buu Saga. It's more than just the two fighters' powers combined. So yeah, I can see her being really, really strong. Slapping around Super Saiyan God strong, maybe is a little, well, I don't know. I mean, if they were in like a Super Saiyan form, maybe I'd be totally fine with it, but they're still in base, and it looks like they're going to be slapping around Goku. That's maybe a little too much, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. How Goku's going to beat him, I don't know. The episode preview was like Super Saiyan Blue defeated, question mark, but I don't know. I don't think they're going to go that route. I mean, maybe, but, like, because they show a lot of Jiren, so is, like, Jiren gonna get up and, like, one-shot her, and, like, that'd be disappointing. Like, if Goku got beat, and then Jiren gets up, one-shots fucking Kafla out of the ring, and that's, like, that would be really disappointing. So, I don't know what they're gonna do with Jiren. They showed him a lot in the preview, though, so, they even showed him in this episode, actually. Yeah, I'm just really curious where they're gonna go with all this this fusion thing. Like, are they gonna stay fused for the rest of the tournament? Is Goku gonna beat them? Is this where they're gonna get eliminated? Are they gonna separate early from exerting too much power? They don't have Super Saiyan Blue, so I don't know, it's hard to say. Because as far as we know, Super Saiyan Blue was a big enough drain to make the Bataras not last as long. That happened in the Future Trunks arc, so I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. It's definitely a very ballsy move by Toei. Possibly Toriyama, I don't know whose call this was. It has a real fucking marketing vibe to it. It has a real, like, Toei marketing vibe to this whole thing with this fusion, but who knows who came up with the idea. Let's just hope it's executed well. They don't make her too overpowered. And, yeah, Goku's using Super Saiyan Blue. That's, like, a stamina drain, so I'm kind of curious, like, where Goku's at stamina-wise right now. He got energy from Frieza, but he wasn't at 100%. It's fine if he uses his regular Super Saiyan forms, because those don't burn him too much. God doesn't burn him that much. But Blue does, so yeah, I'm kind of curious. And Goku's not even at 100% power right now, so that makes the power scaling confusing. Again, I'm not dwelling on it too much, but a lot of people care about this shit, so I'm trying to make some sense of it in this video, but it's really hard when Kale hasn't gone up against a full power Super Saiyan Blue, and Goku's not even at full power right now. So that's the thing about Super. They always keep this shit really vague. It's never like just like, oh yeah, I was holding back, or oh yeah, I'm not at full power because I'm injured, or whatever. They always keep it vague, which I guess is smart, but I don't know. As far as this episode's story progression goes, the fight continues, it escalates, it reaches a new level where they fuse together, and now it's going to go into another round. But yeah, not really much else. Next week, it looks like we're going to get more of Piccolo and Gohan versus the Namekians. I really want to see that fight, just get a whole episode, or like half an episode, and it probably won't. It'll probably end next week or the week after, I'm not too sure. Speaking of fights lasting a long time, this fight is longer than Goku versus Jiren by a long shot. Goku versus Jiren was, what, 2 episodes? This is gonna be going on 3 episodes long, so let that sink in, I guess, that this fight's longer than Goku versus Jiren. I mean, Goku and Jiren are gonna fight again, I'm sure, but it's just kind of weird, but not really a problem, just weird. But enough of this rambling review. I guess I should give this episode a rating. But getting back, actually no, before I give it the rating, getting back to the story progression thing, no eliminations, which I think the no eliminations thing wouldn't bother me as much, except we still have fodder on the field. We still have this jackass Sentai fucking dude who's trying to fight Frieza, which, another really funny scene where Frieza's like, I'm just going to ignore that. That was a great line. Frieza was so funny in this episode, and he only had a few lines, but they were so great. But yeah, that guy's still on the field. The robots that are probably going to fuse together are fucking still on the field. Why? Like, why is there so few eliminations when we still have all this fodder cleanup to do? I mean, they're not fodder, but you know what I mean. Like, they're not going to be big players at this point. At least I don't think they are. So it just seems weird that they're still on the field. Like, are we really going to get episodes dedicated to the 3 robots merging? That's ridiculous. Just knock them out of the ring. Like, it seems weird with all these people still in the ring and how they're probably not going to get the screen time they deserve, so why aren't they just eliminated yet? You know what I mean? I guess I should also bring up the whole fusion thing and how that's kind of cheating because they're using an outside item. I mean, Zeno will probably just say it's cool and neat and everything, but I do find it interesting that Champa just straight up cheated. Like, Champa just straight up was like, here you go. Like, here's this last resort item I'm giving you guys just in case to fuse together. And it's like, you do realize that's against the rules. You were there when fucking Grand Prix said what the rules are. You could get destroyed on the spot, but you're still going to risk cheating. So that was kind of dumb. It's definitely an ass pull to a certain extent. But I'm just going to roll with it, see where it goes. Hopefully it's going to be entertaining. Hopefully she has a cool personality. She already has a pretty cool design. So yeah, let's just see where it goes. But that's Dragon Ball Super episode 114. Definitely a mixed bag, except for the visuals. The visuals were absolutely fantastic. Easy 11 out of 10 for the visuals alone. But the episode itself, I don't know. I mean, I said I was going to get rid of ratings, but if I had to give it a rating, it's like an 8.5. It's a pretty good episode as far as entertainment value goes. But what do you guys think of this episode of Dragon Ball Super? Go ahead and tell me in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Both those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you like what you've seen here. Click that little bell to get notifications when my videos go up. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.